What's up guys, how is everything going? In this video we are going to speak about variables and the sizes and all this stuff. So let's start by talking about variables in C. Well, first, what is a variable? A variable is a place in memory in which you store some value. The thing of variables is that that place in memory has a name, like you give it a name. So for example, if I declare here a variable, also in order to declare a variable in C, we just have to type first the type. We want an integer variable and then the name. Now we have to put this, and yeah, like now we have declared one variable, but we can also declare here the value of this variable. That's up to you. Like if you don't want to do that, it's okay. But if you want to declare the value here, it's also okay. So now in our variable we are storing the value 0 in memory, but that place on memory has the name var. So let's compile the program. Let's remove that executable and let's compile it. Okay, so now if we execute this program, the value is 0. If we change the value and we recompile the program, the value is 10. But another cool thing is that, for example, if we put here p and here we put this, don't worry, you don't have to understand this for now. This is going to show the place in memory in which this variable is aiming. So now we know that the variable var is in this place of memory, is aiming to that place on memory. You don't have to understand this for now, but it is good to know it. So what are the types that we can have in C? Like we can have char, which is a character. Usually you store here characters and you store it like this. When you want to store a string, you have to define the size and you say, okay, this is going to be a string of 10 characters. And if you want to initialize the value, you just type this and you put here whatever. But you have to take into account that whenever you type one character, you have to use the single, I don't know the name, but you have to use these single ones. Whenever you type a string, you don't have to use the single ones, you have to use the double quotations. Yeah, the double quotations. Yeah, so another thing is that you can declare a short variable, which is, for example, let's call it a, and in shorts we can store a number like 12. And we have also long, let's call it L, and yeah, you can store a big number here. And if you want to store decimal numbers, you can use double and you can type this, and yeah, that's totally okay. So if we try to recompile the program, there's a problem here because I didn't declare the name of the variable. And if we do it again, now it's okay. But what is the difference between all these variables? So for example, int is a type of variable in which you can store integer numbers. The thing is that int only takes 4 bytes. Long is the same as int, but long stores 8 bytes. This means that in long you can have bigger numbers than on int. So for example, if we go here, I have it prepared, you can see that int is, depending on the language, is 2 or 4 bytes, in C is 4 bytes, and the value range is this, from this to this. But if we use long, let me open this, if we use long, as you can see, the value is way bigger. It's 8 bytes, but look at the value, like it's way bigger than this to this. Well, not really, like this is in case there are only 2 bytes, but it would be from this to this on integer and from this to this in long. Like there's a big difference. Char is a variable, is a type of variable in which you can store characters, but you can also store numbers. For example, you can do this perfectly. And this is pretty useful if you want to optimize the use of memory. Why? Because char only uses 1 byte. So for example, here we're using an array of chars, and yeah, we are using 10 chars, so we are using 10 bytes. But a single char using only 1 byte. Short is like int, and here you can store numbers, and it uses 2 bytes. So this is a smaller. In case you don't want to have until this number, and you say, hey, I want a smaller number, you can use this one. And yeah, that's it. Like double is the same, but you can store decimal numbers. Another thing is that, let's say that yeah, you are not really going to use negative numbers, and you will use big numbers. So the thing is, you won't use negative numbers and you will use big numbers. You can use the type, like the word unsigned. And now what you are doing is that you are removing the negative numbers, and you are just going from 0 to a very big number. So if you check this in the website, before, without using the unsigned, you could only go from here to here. But if you use the unsigned, you can go from 0, always from 0 to this number. This is the numbers that this is the number between this one and this one. It's just that now you are using this only for positive numbers. So yeah, I won't make this any longer, but yeah, these are the types of variables that are on C. And the thing is that they are very useful, and if you know these things, it can be helpful and you can do very powerful programs. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like it, and if so, give it a like, share, and see you in the next one. Don't forget to go and check my website, in which I talk about trading and cryptocurrencies and all that stuff for a very cheap price.
Damn, Sosa. You going crazy.
Rest in peace, my pop. Quédate tranquilo, 666. Estoy bajando todo, lo siento. Te quedas en no. Rest in peace, my